Hello everyone and welcome back to Terra Invicta, where we have been desperately holding on while trying to end China. So while just holding on in space, fighting off wave after wave of enemy ships that are just being yeeted towards us, taking a fair out with us each time but never really winning, we've also been pushing into China. We made some really big gains, we pushed them right back to their capital. And their economy is in just a mess at this point. But unfortunately, they do still have nuclear bombs, and they have been using their nuclear bombs. So we've lost 2 full armies so far. But we're going to rebuild, we're going to keep going. They will eventually run out of nukes. This is a bit of a grim war of attrition at this point. But if we keep pushing them, we may eventually manage to take Beijing. Now, end the war with the servants. We can then really go back to being a little more pacifist, just holding on to what we've got on Earth at that point and turning our attention skyward. So anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, the Protectorate has completed Applied Artificial Intelligence and is now going on Trans-Interface Warfare. That further increases the military tech cap. Now looks like we can start building automated complexes. Seem pretty cool. So trans-interface warfare, the thing the Protectorate are now working on, allows nations to construct surface-to-orbit defenses. Seems really bloody useful. If we can start picking off the alien ships in orbit, we can really take back control of our planet. Okay, so Maya Station, currently owned by Humanity First, is offering to defect to us. I don't think we're going to accept the offer, but I'm just going to check what Maya Station is. Doesn't look anything overly special, it's just a normal orbital research station. I'm going to decline their offer. I want to keep on good terms with Humanity First. Okay, so I am designing a new type of battleship using some exotics just to give us some fancy power and a little extra delta V. This is much more heavily armoured and does have 4 of these point defence systems, so might actually be able to start taking on some of the alien ships, might be able to withstand some barrages, can put out a lot of damage. I've put a rail cannon on the front so that if the main power gets drained by these initial ones, the main rail cannon can still fire, has plenty of ammo, and this should also be pretty good at taking on the larger alien ships that can't dodge as well. Pretty good maneuverability. It doesn't have the Delta V to go to other planets, but I just want this in orbit of Earth for now. So taking suggestions from my Discord chat, Sol Invicta is going to be the name of this. Build 1 on Earth, 1 on Red Planet Guard. Large investment, but hopefully that will pay off. Shit, they're now bombarding Arabia Terra with their mega fleet. Arabia Terra is not going to last. Yep, Arabia Terra has been completely wiped out. Bombarding Utopia Planitia on Mars. Yep, thought that would happen. It's just about to capture Beijing. The 7th launched a nuclear attack on the Xi'an region. That's where the Pacific States Army is. Not the Pacific States, the Southeast Asian Alliance Army is. That's not the one attacking Beijing. Okay. Used up another nuke on theirs on a really crappy army of mine, so I don't really mind. Okay, there we go. Now they launched an attack on the Beijing region. The core's just about to... Yeah, we'll spend a little bit. Doesn't really matter either way. I just want to... Okay, we lost a little bit of public opinion. They just nuked Beijing once again. That's fine. They're down to 2 nukes. They are running really low. Don't quite have the cash to generate a new army. I do have the cash to get America a new navy. Now I'm aware that what they're probably now going to do is simply nuke this army when it arrives, but that is kind of fine, because they are running out of nukes. They can't keep this up forever. Shit, now they're attacking Olympus Mons base. Alright, well, we're gonna bait out another nuclear strike. American army moves to Beijing. Yeah, I'm just about to afford to build a new Indian army, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. For some reason, the army I sent, the American army is doing really badly, so I'm just going to withdraw it for now. Repair and have another go later. Okay, I'm going to do a anti-satellite test with America. Boost American ground tech level even more. Of course, we've got alien spyware, but because we've got really skilled counselors, we can avoid any negative effects. Nice. Humanity First has taken control of Iran. Okay, interesting one. A single alien ship is engaging my asteroid belt fleet. Preparing for combat. Alien missiles are out, my torpedoes are out. Yep, unsurprisingly, I lost a ship. Trying not to lose the other one. Yes, managed to shoot down their weapons. Okay, so 1 for 1 destroyed. Again, not bad. Happy to keep those kind of engagements going. I will remember to resupply the ship this time.
Securing our control.
The enemy seem to be doing some weird things, because I had control of this sector, everything was fine, their army didn't capture it, but it's been decaptured, and so now my army's taking loads of damage. I think that's a bug, I'm not really sure what's going on there, that's just kind of irritating.
Justice.
On the bright side, we have just managed to do a coup in China. They let their guard down for a second and we've grabbed it. If we can reinforce our control in China, then we can just back out of this conflict altogether. Okay, now go absolutely grab the remaining control points. Okay, that was kind of unexpected, but let's see if we can grab the last control point. Yay! Committed a war crime, not great. But another interesting battle on our hands. 2 enemy ships are engaging Earth Fleet. Earth Fleet's a lot bigger than it used to be, all Minuteman class. No, they don't want to battle, they're pulling away. Okay, that's why they're pulling away, they're waiting for the rest of their fleet to turn up. I'm changing up tactics slightly. 3 of my ships are going to put all of their missiles at the stone fortress here. The idea that if I can take out one of their big ships, that might make them less willing to make these engagements. Don't know if it's going to work, but let's see. The rest are randomly targeting others. We'll just see how this pans out. Oh, that really hurt my ships. I did take out the stone fortress though. Yes, we destroyed the stone fortress, plus destroyed 2 others of their ships. Not bad. Okay. So the Protectorate grabbed 1 of the Chinese slots, but we did grab the other 2. And we do have executive control.
Mission abort.
Alright, so now what we need to do is try and cool down this war. China's actually involved in a hell of a lot of different wars here, so if we can pull them out, end the wars, especially the wars, any wars that are still going on against servant-controlled countries, we can get peace, which will hopefully stop the aliens from constantly attacking us. Terra Invicta has been launched in Earth orbit, and another one in Mars orbit. So we've got loads of probes arriving at outer asteroids. A lot of them really good resources, but nothing we can really get. If we try and exploit any of these, the aliens are just going to come along and wipe us out. Still good to know there are a lot of resources, particularly a lot of water out in the outer edges. Nice. We have got high temperature superconductors, so this should let us do nuclear fusion in space. There we go, we've got it. Harness nuclear fusion. Okay, that'll take a while, but we'll start working on it. There we go. That is us pulled out of all of the wars that China was involved in, meaning that all of my controlled nations are now at peace. I am no longer at war with any of the servants factions, and I don't think I really need to go to war with any of the servants factions. I really, at this point, just want to hold on to what I have. Ideally, it would be nice long-term to get complete control of some of these. I'm sharing a single slot in Europe and America with the Initiative, and sharing a slot of China with the Protectorate. But otherwise, I think we're in a really good position Earth game-wise. Really solid control of EU, America, China, and India. Really the only superpower we're not controlling is Russia, and that's okay because they're mostly controlled by the Humanity First. Not quite happy for them to continue to be controlled by Humanity First. So I think Earth game-wise, I'm just going to knuckle down, protect what I have, try and increase the stability of some of my nations, and really just use Earth as our springboard for attacking out. We can focus on the space game from now on until something else goes horribly wrong. Also, that leaves the servants in a really quite awful position. They don't hold anything decent anymore. Yeah, really, it's Humanity First. We've got the Eurasian Union, i.e. Russia, and just quite a lot of mid-level countries. Protectorate doesn't have a lot. Institute don't really have executive control over much either. They've just got a little bit. Humanity First, the Academy are decent enough. They've got some quite good countries in there. Not too many though. Project Exodus are doing pretty decently, mostly focused on Southern Europe is where their power base is. The large alien ship just arrived and began bombarding one of my bases, but the base shot back and blew it up. I've not really noticed that happening, but apparently my ground bases do actually damage alien ships when I get bombarded. That is very nice, very useful to know. Yes, so yeah. Another alien ship destroyed. Unfortunately, I don't think we get any minerals for destroying those ships, but still really nice to grab. Someone's cracked down on my control of the Pacific States. Not really worried about the Pacific States. I kind of forgot I had them. Need to focus on my major powers.
By the numbers.
Okay, our Belt fleet's pretty decent. Mars fleet's very decent. Enemy's finished quantum encryption, is now going on to molecular assemblies. Here with the new capital ship, the Mars fleet is looking really quite strong. Okay, there's been a scandal in Canada. Just gonna do our best to blunt that. So all in all, it's probably a good place to leave that there for this week. That's not how I expected this session to go, but we've done some really good work there. We have finally taken control of China after many sessions, an incredibly long war, incredibly costly war, and it turns out we took China through a coup instead of actually the war. But the war may have made them a little more willing to avoid securing their zones. I think it also disrupted the people to make it a little bit easier to do. But either way, we've managed it. We've pulled out of the war with China, or pulled out of the war with the servants. So now, on Earth, we're just going to try and hold on to this really decent lead that we've got. In space, we're doing pretty well. We're getting some fleets together. Mars fleet here is now at 722 strength. We're really getting there. Mercury's got a decent defensive fleet. Can probably start using Mercury, start pumping out ships to ship elsewhere in the solar system to, say, reinforce Earth if I need to. Belt fleet as well, really quite a good defensive fleet there. Can start looking forward to expanding that. And Earth fleet is constantly being attacked, but for now it's still holding in there. And we've got these lovely new ships, which we will need to try out at some point once the aliens decide to actually engage us there. If you have any advice for me, please do leave them down below. And otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next episode. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers!